What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now, it's sitting at 39,390. We're up about 3%. What I want to do is dig into Glassnode first, and then we're going to get into TradingView and all the technical analysis. I plan on going over the one-day time frame down to the 1 hour, so you can kind of see a little bit more detail of what's taking place with Bitcoin. But I think it's really important for us to start with Glassnode and kind of take a look at what some of the larger wallets are doing in the Bitcoin space right now. So if you guys get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's always appreciated. And we'll dig into this. So with 10,000 or more, I want you guys to pay attention to this. So basically the bottom that we had, we are at 29,783. We had 85 wallets with 10,000 or more. So now I want to look at the top of the price that we just got up to around that 42,000. And what you'll notice is we have 84. So we did have a little bit of a dumping there by some of the whales, profit taking on the way up here. So I do want you guys to pay attention to that right now, basically where we're sitting. If we take a look here, we have 84 with 10,000 or more. And basically, guys, we had a downtrend here. Now we've just kind of been flattening out on the bottom, going down just a little bit. You can see I have it on a bar style if you take a look at a line. And that'll show you as well, just kind of moving down, guys, and sideways a little bit. So nothing too crazy. We haven't seen an increase in those major wallets of 10,000 or more right now. So the next one we're going to get into is 1,000 or more. And we're just really going to look at the trends here of what you can see. So as we're getting up to roughly about $40,000, guys, that's when we had the most wallets with 1,000 or more, and that was up around 2,488. And right now, we are roughly sitting at about 2,159. And what I like to look at, same thing again. So when we hit our bottom here at 29.7, we had 2,159. And then as we went up to the top here, we have 2,156. So there's definitely some people who were taking profits as we got this nice little move to the upside there. But you can see here, we've basically been in that downtrend, and then here we flattened out. Almost looks like a little bit of an accumulation area, just kind of rounding out here, but we have not had any confirmed uptrend back to the upside there with 1,000 or more. Next one I want to take a look at is 100 or more. So with 100 or more, we're still on a downtrend right here. So basically, guys, when we hit the 29.7, we had 16,026. As price went up there to our top, we had 15,965. So you can just kind of see the trajectory there. If we take a look at the line, and that'll show you how we're just in that sustained downtrend there for 100 or more. Then we'll take a look at 10 or more. And also let me know if you guys like the bar or the line better. I'm trying to show you both, and I just want to see for your computers and your laptops and phones and all that, what shows up the best. I would assume it's probably this bar chart here, but let me know down low. So for 10 or more now, this is a little bit more of the retail. What you can see is we had this downtrend. We've actually had a rounded bottom, and now we've started to form a little uptrend here, a short-term uptrend. So at our bottom at 29,000 there, we had 146,973. And now what we have is roughly 147,310. And then if we go to 1 or more. So it looks like more so in the retail, guys, they've been the ones who've been buying. And basically some of these bigger wallets, they've actually, on that big pump there, they've sold off some. Maybe with anticipation that we will pull back to the 36 or even down to the $30,000 range. But I just want to point this stuff out there to you. It looks like a little bit more of the retail buying here. So if we do addresses of 1 or greater, we are in our downtrend. We hit our bottom at roughly, let's see here, 792,000. And now we're up to about 802,818. And that's 1 or more there. And then if we take a look on the line, just so you can see that, a little bit more of the retail here, guys. So if we even look at the 0.1, you can see this has been in an uptrend as well. What I like to pay attention to is the 10,000, the 1,000, and the 100 are the main addresses that I'm taking a look at there. So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. You do whatever you want to do with it. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor. We all have different trading plans, different things that we want to do here. So next, what we're going to get into is Bitcoin on the one-day time frame. And guys, when we were talking up here about that $42,000, whatever, I was telling you I was anticipating some type of retracement, maybe down into the $36,000 range. This whole green box is the area that I want to see us hold. Because we had such a run here, we needed some type of retracement to cool everything off if we're going to try to get back up over top of that $42,000. And what it's going to depend on is what type of bounce that we actually get out of here. So basically, guys, if we take a look here, and it's something along the lines of this, So say we come up here and we just set a lower high, we potentially could get slammed down farther. So that's something you have to be aware of here. We want to see this come on volume and try to get up over top of this high and make this our higher low, if that's going to be the area. So basically what I've been doing, guys, like I've talked to you about, I try to update you on some of the positions that I've been doing. So besides longer term holding, I actually bought at 38,880 something. So somewhere right in that range. And basically what I have right now is just a break even stop on that, because I wanted a little something in case we only pulled back here for 2 or 3 days. If we were going to get a nice little pump to the upside, besides longer term, I just wanted a little bit. It was only like a 1 or 2% of my capital that I went into this trade with anticipation that most likely we're going to go back a little bit lower. And if we find support off here, that may be an area that I go a little bit heavier, but we still have to be careful because we could drop down to this 30,000. So we've talked about this potentially being just a horizontal range where we're bouncing back and forth. And that's where a lot of people lose money. So for me, guys, I'm mostly in stable coins, cash, that type of stuff. I'll keep my longer term positions in, and I'm going to continue to keep this 38.8, which it's really tight right now, guys. I could have my stop hit at any moment, but it would just be a break even, and I would just patiently wait for a good opportunity. I jumped the gun a little bit there, but it was just so that I would have a little bit more in case we didn't cool down much and we ended up running up to that $45,000 to $50,000, which I still feel like we could get up there, guys. But if we see massive rejection there, we have to be aware that this could just be one reaction rally, a large one in a bear market. So we got to keep an eye on that. Nothing is confirmed right now, because even right now, we are actually trying to have a candle close up above that 200 EMA right now. So that would be a good thing, and that would put us up above all our moving averages again. This would just be a higher low. Then we could try to push up to some of these higher levels, but it's still a sticky spot to be in. The nice thing is the relative strength has cooled down on the 1-day time frame here at 59. So we're not up in the 70s here trying to make a move after we've had 10 days to the upside there. And one thing I like to look at, guys, I go through indicators every few nights and just see if there's any new ones or whatever. One I like to look at is super trend, and then I also like to look at this TD 8 and 9. So if I turn this on for you, it basically shows once you start to get a little bit overextended. So once you start seeing that 8 and 9, many times you'll actually start to roll over a little bit. You can see up here we hit 8, we didn't even get to 9, and then we rolled over. Then it'll do the same thing to the downside. So right here when we hit that 8 candle, then we hit a bullish engulfing candle. So I just wanted to point out up in this range, we hit our 8 and our 9 here, and then we have started to cool down, and I'm not seeing any other 8 or 9s in the area right now. But that's definitely something I want to pay attention to and keep in my toolbox. Then I also want to take a look at the super trend for us. And for the super trend, if we get this area out of the way, we have turned green on this big move. It was such an explosive move here. It put us in the green after being red since roughly April 21st is when it turned red. And you can see right in this area here, guys, is where we turned green, right in here at about $35,000 was the candle. So on the 1-day time frame on the super trend, you can see that we're still in this nice little uptrend here. And what I like to do is kind of work down through the time frames for you guys. So what we'll do next is go into the 12 hours. Okay, so 12-hour candle right here. This would be a bullish engulfing. If we could get that relative strength moving up, it's at 56 right now. So like what I was talking about, guys, if we can get this nice follow through, but there could be some heavy resistance up here where the bears jump in. So just be aware of that. You know, and I guess that's the thing. One thing I like to do, guys, is have, you know, different position stuff. You don't have to go all in at once. And you can always use stop losses. So say even you jumped in here with anticipation we're going to make a higher move, put your stop loss below this area, and then if it's violated to the downside, you're not going to lose a ton. Or even below this candle, like right in this area at 38,106. You could even do that if you're playing a 12-hour time frame. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, it's all about that risk management and really playing small positions, guys. I think is going to help you, because this space is very illiquid and it can just get pushed all over the place. So on the 4-hour time frame here, we found support off the 100 moving average, and on the 4-hour we have had the super trend turn red here. You can see this entire uptrend here, it was green, and now it has turned red on us. And I also like to look at Fibonacci retracements in the micro aspect here. So we're going to measure from our low, little micro fibs, to our high. Guys, you can see we're coming back down around this 0.382, An area I would look at is the 0.618, and that would correlate, and the 0.5, that would correlate around that $34,000 up to around that 35,376. So this whole area is a potential hotspot that I'm keeping an eye on there, that I want to see the bulls defend. If we drop down through there, guys, it could be a little bit more sticky. If we get into the 1 hour time frame, so on the 1 hour time frame, relative strength's at 67. We had been in this downtrend for about 2 or 3 days here. We did just get a super trend change right here into the green. I want to see what candle that was on. That was on this candle right here, guys, and that would have been a closing price of 38,877 for the super trend. So on the 1 hour, we're going to see if we can continue to hold that. I would look to hold support roughly at about that 38,866 is what I'd want to see as support. If we get into the technicals, and also, guys, I like to do a lot of positions if I'm just getting in and out and stuff, just to tell you, even with some of the stocks that I'll play. So say on the 1 hour time frame here, you could draw. Here was a trend line break. We trend line broke right there on heavy volume. You know, and you kind of just wait and you watch these trend changes here. Do you see the lower highs and lower lows? And then it switched and changed on us here on the 1 hour time frame. And that's basically how you have to change trends, guys. It'll happen on the minute, then the 5, 15, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, and you just kind of work your way back. If we take a look right here at the technicals, we have a 3 sell, a 10 neutral, and a 13 buy. Oscillator, 0 sell, 9 neutral, and a 2 buy. Moving average is 3 sell, 1 neutral, and an 11 buy. So basically what I'm telling you guys is we just have to be careful, because basically the whales could have pumped this up here just to get more liquidity, and all the retail guys jump in, like we were looking at the addresses, and then all of a sudden that liquidity is in there and they start dumping that price back down on them, because basically if they dumped everything all at once, guys, it would really move the price on them. So they want to get these big pumps basically and then sell off into that, you know what I'm saying, and then they'll wait for a retracement and then potentially buying in another area to go up. So, you know, it's just a sticky spot here. I always think it's a great thing to have a longer term investing portfolio so you don't feel the FOMO of anything. But for me in this spot right now, I'm patiently waiting for a great opportunity. I'll put that break even stop at 38.8 and change or whatever, let the long term ride, but in my cash or my trading account, I'm going to continue to stay in cash right now and just wait for a great opportunity. I hope you get some from this, guys. Be patient out there. God bless you all. Take care.